Firebrand, who historians often call the grand old lady of Indian independence, here's the fascinating story of Aruna Asaf Ali. As Asaf Ali, her husband, was a prominent member of the Indian National Congress, this marriage brought his fiery young bride in touch with the political elite of the day. Unsurprisingly, Aruna was soon at the forefront of the freedom struggle. 2 years after her marriage, she went to jail during the Sword Satyagraha. Threatened by her growing popularity, the colonial authorities refused to give bail to her, and she remained in prison even after the Gandhi-Irwin Pact of 1931, when all political prisoners were released. Between the 1950s and 1970s, Aruna, along with Kamla Devi Chattopadhyay, represented the lineage and linkage of the women's rights movement with the freedom struggle. In 1958, she became the first elected mayor of Delhi and was responsible for the major civic reforms.
अरुणा अरुणा कैसी करुणा, दिल में तेरे बसती थी भारत रत्न, तू शांति ध्वज, तू तूफानी हस्ती थी।
हो आंदोलन या जेल की बेड़ी, तू तो बस मतवाली थी। देश अंतमल श्याम लपत पर तूने धूम मचा ली थी।
गूंजत है तेरे कंठ की भारत छोड़ो मधुमेह पुकार, तेजस्विनी तू साधती बहुत बंधु था प्रेम अधिकार।
दैल संग्राम माँ भारती, तू आंचल में भी पली थी, हम दामन दूर दास ललकारती, तू अरुणा असफ अली थी।
Begum Hazrat Mahal, the revolutionary queen of Awadh, was one of the few women who challenged the British rule during the revolt of 1857. Born in Faizabad, Awadh, she was the second wife of Nawab Wajid Ali Shah. In 1856, the British East India Company annexed Awadh and the Nawab was sent into exile. She took over the state's affairs and seized control of Lucknow. She protested against the doctrine of lapse under which Dalhousie wanted her to surrender Lucknow and made her son the Wali of Awadh. She also organized a women's army and made Uda Devi the commander. One of the principal complaints of the Begum was the demolition of temples and mosques by the British East India Company to construct roads. She mocked the Britishers' claim to allow freedom of worship. When the British forces recaptured Lucknow and most of Awadh, she was forced to retreat. She worked in close association with Nana Sahib and the Maulvi of Faizabad in an attack on Shah Jahanpur. Later, she was forced to retreat into Nepal, where she died in 1879. She was buried in a nameless grave on the grounds of Kathmandu's Jama Masjid. She was a brave woman, and such bravery was unprecedented in a world dominated by males.
वक्त में भी हम न खोए हौसला, दिल के साथ चलने का यूं कर ले फैसला। हम जो चुने तो वो मिलता जोश है, बस तेरी ही खातिर चाहिए सरफरोश है। जीत का जश्न हम मनाएंगे, आसमां तिरंगा सजाना है, शान से सभी को बताएंगे, जीत लेंगे ये सारा जहां। तेरे आगे सर, तेरी गोद मेरा घर, तुझे सलाम इंडिया। तेरे आगे सर, तेरी गोद मेरा घर, तुझे सलाम इंडिया।
Born on 19th October 1870, Mantangani Hazra was an Indian revolutionary. She was born to a poor peasant father who married her off at a very young age. However, she did not let any of these challenges stop her, despite being widowed at the age of 18. As a Gandhian, she participated in the many movements that he led. Her participation in the civil disobedience movement led to her incarceration twice, spending 6 months in jail the second time. She also emerged as a very important leader of the Indian National Congress. Her participation in the Quit India movement at the age of 72 led to her death. She led a procession of more than 6,000 people, primarily women, against the British police, who then shot her down thrice whilst she was chanting Vande Mataram. Even during her last breaths, she kept the Indian flag flying high.
ধন ধান্য পুষ্পে ভরা আমাদের বসুন্ধরা, তাহার মাঝে আছে দেশের সকল দেশের সেরা। ও সে স্বপ্ন দিয়ে তৈরি সেজে স্মৃতি দিয়ে ঘেরা, এমন দেশটি কোথাও খুঁজে পাবে না গো তুমি। সকল দেশের রানী সেজে আমার জন্মভূমি, সেজে আমার জন্মভূমি, সেজে আমার জন্মভূমি।
Bikaji Rustum Kama had once declared, India must be free, India must be a republic, India must be united. Madam Bikaji Rustum Kama was one of the prominent figures in the Indian independence movement. She travelled abroad on an extended lecture tour to mobilize public opinion against the British rule in India, and was one of the first people who advocated the role and significance of women in politics. She moved to Paris in 1909, where her home became headquarters for those agitating for Indian independence. She also helped Har Dayal launch his revolutionary paper Vande Mataram, copies of which were smuggled into India from London. On August 22, 1907, Madam Bikaji Kama became the first person to hoist the Indian flag outside the Indian subcontinent, in Stuttgart, Germany. An unsung name among the stalwarts of the Indian independence struggle, Madam Bikaji Kama's conviction, courage, and integrity took the message of the Indian freedom struggle to the world with a force it never had before.
Tirot Singh was born in the year 1802. He was the constitutional head of Nongklao and the king of Khwatsapara. He was a visionary leader well loved by his people. He accepted a proposal offered by the British to build a road connecting Guwahati to Sylhet with the belief that it would establish a flourishing trade route. Work proceeded smoothly for 18 months, but in April of 1829 there arose a sense of great alarm amongst the Khasis when a Bengali peon told them about the ulterior motives for building the road. Tirot Singh instructed the British to vacate the site. When the British ignored the instructions, he led an attack on a small band of officers. The Khasis under Tirot Singh offered great resistance to the British, but sadly they were armed only with native weapons like bows and swords, which eventually proved futile against the sophisticated guns and battle strategy of the British. In spite of these drawbacks, Tirot Singh did not give up easily, and the conflict dragged on for 4 long years. But as days passed, Tirot Singh was injured along with the other chiefs, forcing him to surrender on 9th January 1833. Tirot Singh was deported to Dhaka at the age of 33, where he died in captivity.
Ramprasad Bismil was born in Shahjahanpur in 1897. He was associated with the Arya Samaj and was inspired by books written by Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Born to a civic body worker, he was forced to drop out of school because of the lack of money. But that did not kill his passion for reading and poetry. Bismil soon became a member of the Hindustan Republican Association at a very early age. It was here that he met freedom fighters like Chandrasekhar Azad, Rajguru, and Sukhdev. On the 9th of August 1925, Bismil and his associates stopped a train at a town called Kakori just before Lucknow and looted cash boxes of the British government. Over 40 freedom fighters were arrested after this historic event, which soon came to be known as the Kakori Conspiracy. He was hanged on December 19, 1927 at the age of 30 for the same. A statue made of white marble was inaugurated by the then governor of Uttar Pradesh, Motilal Vora, on 18 December 1994, on the eve of the martyr's 69th death anniversary.
सरफरोशी की तमन्ना अब हमारे दिल में है, देखना है जोर कितना बाजुए कातिल में है, करता नहीं क्यों दूसरा कुछ बातचीत, देखता हूँ मैं जिसे वो चुप तेरी महफिल में है। ए शहीद मुल्क व मिल्लत मैं तेरे ऊपर निसार, अब तेरी हिम्मत का चर्चा गैर की महफिल में है, सरफरोशी की तमन्ना अब हमारे दिल में है लिए हथियार दुश्मन तक मैं बैठा उधर, और हम तैयार हैं सीने लिए अपना इधर, खून से खेलेंगे होली गर वतन मुश्किल में है, सरफरोशी की तमन्ना अब हमारे दिल में है। हाथ जिनमें हो जुनून कटते नहीं तलवार से, सर जो उठ जाते हैं वो झुकते नहीं ललकार से, और भड़केगा जो शोला सा हमारे दिल में है, सरफरोशी की तमन्ना अब हमारे दिल में है।
Let the kingdom of the queen be ended and our kingdom be established. These were the words of the legendary tribal leader Birsa Munda. The tribal community, especially during the 19th century, were amongst the hardest hit groups during colonial rule in India. To their twin challenges of agrarian breakdown and cultural shock, Birsa Munda led a series of inspirational revolts and uprisings. He led more than 7,000 people in their fight against oppression and continuously revolted against the colonial destruction of tribal culture in spite of spending several years in prison. His heroics laid the foundation for the many popular movements which would initially lead to the independence of India. This and his ability to lead people, resist oppression and persevere earned him the nickname of Gandhi se pehle Gandhi. He would not live to see his success, but his sacrifice and his heroics resulted in the colonial government prohibiting the sale of tribal land to non-tribals. He passed away on 9th June 1900, but his legacy, his memory and his values live on.
তোকে মানাইছে না রে Bose was born on 3rd December 1889 in the Mahogany village in Midnapur district of Bengal. At a very young age, he joined the revolutionary organization Anushilan Samiti and came into contact with the network of Barindra Chandra Ghose of Calcutta. At the age of 15, he became a volunteer and was arrested for distributing pamphlets against the British rule in India. At the age of 16, he took part in planting bombs near police stations and targeting government officials. At the age of 18, Khudiram Bose and Prafulla Chaki attempted to assassinate the British judge, Magistrate Douglas Kingsford, by throwing bombs on a carriage they suspected him to be on. Magistrate Kingsford was, however, travelling on a different carriage, and the throwing of the bombs resulted in the death of 2 British women. Prafulla committed suicide before he could be arrested, while Khudiram was arrested, then trialed, and then sentenced to death for his actions. At the time of his death, Khudiram was 18 years, 8 months and 11 days old, making him the second youngest revolutionary and the first to sacrifice his life for the nation. The martyrdom of Khudiram Bose left a lasting impact on the Indian independence movement. Calcutta erupted in intense protests, and Bal Gangadhar Tilak condemned the actions of the British and called for immediate Swaraj. An established British newspaper, The Empire, wrote on 11th August, Khudiram Bose was executed this morning. It is alleged that he mounted the scaffold with his body erect. He was cheerful and smiling. Such was the fervour and devotion with which a young boy of 18 served his motherland. Thank you.
हर करम अपना करेंगे, हर करम अपना करेंगे, ए वतन तेरे लिए दिल दिया है, जान भी देंगे, ए वतन तेरे लिए दिल दिया है, जान भी देंगे, ए वतन तेरे लिए, ए वतन तेरे लिए, ए वतन तेरे लिए।
Bagha Jatin was a fearless revolutionary and an integral figure in our independence movement. Against the backdrop of the First World War, there was an attempt to overthrow the colonial British rule in India by the means of an insurrection. The key architect of this revolution was none other than Bagha Jatin. Bagha Jatin's armed insurrection against the British during World War I was a precursor to the subsequent armed struggle by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose against British during the World War II. In this way, he truly was an unsung hero and an inspiration to so many revolutionaries after him.
Death is knocking at my door. My mind is flying away towards eternity. At such a pleasant, at such a grave, at such a solemn moment, what shall I leave behind for you? Only one thing, that is my dream. A golden dream, the dream of a free India. Write in red letters in the core of your hearts the names of the patriots who have sacrificed their lives at the altar of India's freedom. These words by Surya Sen, or popularly known as Master Da, ignited the fire of independence in the hearts of each Indian. Since childhood, Surya Sen was inspired by the revolutionary ideals and the nationalist movement, ideals which gained further impetus when he joined the revolutionary organization known as the Anushilan Samiti. Sen is best credited with the 1930 Chittagong Armory raid, in which he led a group of revolutionaries on 18th April 1930 to raid the police forces and the auxiliary of the Chittagong Armory. After the raid, Sen and the remaining surviving revolutionaries dispersed into small groups and went into hiding in the neighbouring villages, launching raids on government personnel and property. Sen was finally arrested on 16th April 1933, tried and was hanged on 12th January 1934. I'd like to end by a quote of his saying, "Humanism is a special virtue of the revolutionary." Thank you.
कर चले हम फिदा जानो तन साथियों, अब तुम्हारे हवाले वतन साथियों। कर चले हम फिदा जानो तन साथियों, अब तुम्हारे हवाले वतन साथियों। thank you